Now, 5 years ago, we met a determined mother named Laveena who wanted to prove to her ex-boyfriend, Daniel, that he was the father of her daughter, Zariana. Now, take a look at this heated story. I want to show you a picture of my next guest. She weighed over 300 pounds in that picture. Doctors told her she would never be able to have children unless she lost weight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Laveena. Daniel's a cook.
Yes, he was cooking all types of food to lure me into being with him,
Right.
and because he didn't want anyone else to have me.
And then you get pregnant and you tell him.
And guess what he said?
What?
It's not mine. It's not his. Yes. Out of the 13 and a half months that my daughter's been on this earth, he only bought her what? Maybe $50 worth of diapers?
That's it.
I'm a real good cook. That's how I get my women. It only took one good meal to get Laveena on my silver platter, baby. Do real women for meal, y'all, or do hoes for meals? She's a liar. She was doing 3 of us at the time that she was conceived.
3?
I mean, one day we had just got down. She went upstairs and came down with another guy and walked right past me like I wasn't even standing there.
No.
Daniel, you are the father. So now Laveena is back. This is 5 years after that show. So before I even ask Laveena about why she's back, I got to find out. First of all, Laveena, did that man step up?
Yes, he stepped up thanks to you.
That's all I want to know, okay? I'm going to talk to you later.
Yes.
I just wanted you, I want everybody to know that's one of the reasons why we do this show. We try to get these men, if they are the father, into the lives of these kids because these kids have a better chance at life. That's all I wanted to know. Now,
Thank you so much, Maury, and I love you for that, and thank you.
all right. Now, I want to go back. I want to talk to Javonta because Javonta is the man who says that he is not the father of Laveena's new baby named King. You see, Javonta claims that Laveena told him and another man that they were King's dad. Then when King was born, Javonta says a third man was at the hospital. Now, joining us from Detroit, Michigan is Javonta because he says he cannot go another day without knowing if King is his son. So it's you, Javonta, who called the show, right?
Yes, sir.
You say you're sick over this DNA issue. Explain to me what's that all about.
Well, Laveena was a person I met back in the day, maybe 5 years ago, and it led one thing to another, and one day I was sick, and I called her and I asked her whether she was pregnant. She denied it for 2-3 months, and I told her that she was pregnant because I had symptoms.
You had pregnancy
Correct.
symptoms.
I just didn't want to be pregnant too, Maury, but I'm going to
Correct.
go
I
ahead and
had
say
the
your story.
symptoms at that time, and I told her from the
Right,
very
'cause
first
you
time
his
that
daddy,
my
so of course you
child
gonna have
was
symptoms.
born that I had the symptoms, and she denied it. But when she found out that she was pregnant, she told me, Maury, that it was another man's baby, so stop saying that the baby was mine.
When did she tell you that you were the father, if she initially told you you weren't?
She told me that I was the father after she
Right
had
when
the
I
baby.
was getting ready to have
When
you, Maury.
she
That's
had a
when I
whole
told you
nother
you was the
guy
father.
at the hospital, when other than the baby father that she said that
It
wasn't
doesn't
her,
matter. You
she
the
told
father.
me
You
that
the
the
uncle.
baby
My godbrother
was not mine.
stepped
And then
up
when she
and
had the
take you to the
baby,
hospital
she told me
with
that
our
he was
son.
mine.
So,
Why
in
can't
other
he
words,
be there?
so in
You
other words,
You're a post of liars.
so in other words,
No, you was
Javonta, what
not
you're
there,
saying
so
is
it does not matter who was
the
there.
guy at the hospital was the third guy.
No,
Yeah,
that was
the
my
third guy that
godbrother,
she
Maury.
played like it was
That
her,
was my
her
godbrother.
godbrother. When the whole time, you know one thing, Maury? She said that he was her godbrother, and I got to her house one day to go see King, and the same dude was hanging outside her window, knocking on the window trying to get in. And he
No,
was
it
acting
wasn't.
like he was
no,
her-
it wasn't.
It was her
He's
godbrother.
telling the tale, Maury.
Because I
He's
made
telling the
her
tale
run
because
away.
he don't want to be a father. He don't want to
made
be a
her run
father.
away, Maury.
What matters is
You know what
you're
I'm
the
saying?
father of King.
She want to act like that was her
So you
her
need to
baby,
be there for
her
your
baby
son.
cousin
And stop
all
leaving
that.
all the
Maury,
responsibilities
she's just a
on me.
liar.
Okay, Javonta, I haven't asked this. I've got to ask this. Tell me about your relationship with her. What was your relationship
It's
with
off
her?
and on. She a psychopath. She delusional. she
No,
crazy
he's
in
a
the head.
psychopath, Maury.
Right.
She's mad because
she
it's
have
not going to
problems
work.
like
You can't make
with
something work. It's
controlling
not going to work.
Javonta,
She have a problem with controlling
Exactly. He's
people.
mad
Javonte.
because
Maury,
I cut him
you know
off,
what?
and I'm
I
not
would,
worrying him no more.
I would not,
I'm telling you,
Javonte,
Maury.
Javonte, I would not be off and on with a psychopath. I would be just off.
Exactly.
I would not be off
Exactly.
and
Say it,
on.
Murray. Yes.
He's
mad, Murray, because I cut him off from my. It's over with. I don't want him. I want him to step up today and be a man to my baby.
Okay, Laveena, hold
That's
on,
what I
hold
want
on,
him to do.
Laveena.
That
Let him
she
talk.
walked around and walked away. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't just walk away from the little boy that I feel like is mine in my heart. When I told her that up front, if I was a person that just didn't care about him, I would have been left because she pushed you to that edge to leave you long time ago. But I stayed there because I believe in my heart that King Jackson is mine.
So you want to be his father?
He is your
That's
son.
my son.
Are you all together?
Leave it up to you, everybody.
We're not together, Murray, but he want to be with me. Ask him once he find out
Never.
today.
I never wanted
Exactly,
to be with
because
you.
he's mad because I cut
If
off.
be with you,
So
we
ask
would've
him
been
today,
together.
Murray. Once you
Maury.
be the daddy, is he gonna be there
Maury.
to step up for my son? And is he gonna have to try to have a
always
relationship
there to
with me?
step up.
Watch what he say, Murray.
Maury, it took 4 days for her to come on the show, for your producers to beg her to come on the show when I have asked her 15 months ago to come on the show.
Oh.
Murray, I am a single parent. I'm pregnant now, 7 months pregnant with my fourth child.
Test.
My third child is his son. I'm pregnant now with a little boy.
That your word
He's
is her
not.
word,
He's.
and she
He's
believes that was her
not.
baby.
He's not no real
It
father,
wouldn't
Murray.
went that long,
This
Maury.
man
Okay,
is fake.
all right.
It's,
Meanwhile, everybody ought to know that one of the reasons in the back of your head, Javonte, why you question this child is because you've been burned in the past with DNA, right?
Correct. I had a daughter that I still take care of right now today that's 16 years old. And her mama did the same thing to me. And it led to be like 5 years after me taking care of this little girl, she come and get a blood test. She not mine. But
But that's
knows
not my
that
fault.
I'm
You trying to
father.
make me
So at the
suffer
end
for
of the
what she
day,
had to suffer
I'm that
for.
father.
So now
I'm
that you got a
father
son that look
because that's
identical
what
from
she
you,
believed
you don't
in.
even want to do
She
for him,
believed in
but
me.
you would do
She
for the
know
other
that
kid.
I was the person that rose her from breakfast to carrying her as a grown woman that she is now today. And right now today, Maury, she's still in my life.
Does King look like you?
Every bit of me.
Yes, he looked like him.
He look every bit of like me. I tell her
Look at
all
the
the
nose.
time.
Look at their eyes,
and
Murray.
it probably,
Look at their
and
mouth.
it's the part
They got the
that
same
Maury,
baby-making
I never
noses.
denied King.
I don't got that.
I
I'm
named
a
him.
woman.
King has a bow leg like you have bow legs, right?
We both stay the same, Maury. He stands, look at his leg. Look at him. And he get grouchy like me too. Like if you wake him up in the morning, he'll be mad. He gonna be mad.
Because this is your baby
talk.
son.
Wait a second. But Javonte, she's been on my show before. She proved that she was right before. Okay?
Yes,
Last time
yes,
you talked
Maury.
so,
Because I know who I
She was
sleep
lying
with.
in.
See, that's the
She was
problem
lying.
with
You
these
heard what he
women
said,
nowadays.
Maury.
They don't
You
know
heard
who
what
they
he said,
sleep with.
Maury.
I
It was
do.
3 other times
Javonte
then, Maury.
Jackson is
Javonte,
King
hold on.
Jackson's
I want
father.
to talk to her. Never expected you to be on my show 5 years after the first time.
Yes, Murray. I didn't know that I was going to be on your show for a second time due to the fact of when I proved that Daniel was Ariana's father, I figured that I wouldn't have no problem out of nobody else who I end up having kids with because they think I'd have been on national TV. But comes to find out, I was wrong.
Javonte thinks there could be 2 other guys here. But one originally you said might be the father and the guy at the hospital.
Okay, now, the thing about that is, Murray, when I first started messing around with Javonte, I was messing around
Here
with
go the lies.
But it was
Here go
off,
the
but it was
lies.
off and on, and I told him that, you know, it's not going to be nothing with me and the other guy, so me and you could just be friends. It happens, me and Javonte just started messing around, and
You
I ended
lying.
up becoming
You
pregnant.
lying. Look
I
at your
didn't know
nose,
that I
Maury.
was pregnant
Look at that nose,
until
Maury.
2
She's
months
lying.
after. 2 months after my son was already in my stomach.
When were you
Yes.
sure it was Javonte? At what
I was
point?
sure, Murray,
She
that it
never
was
been sure.
Javonte's
That's
when
why
my son
it
came
took
out
her
of my
this long to
stomach.
give
I
you a
got
DNA
it.
When my
test.
son, because Maury, as you know, I get C-sections. I don't have natural births. So when they cut my son out of my stomach and woke me up from my anesthesia, I looked at baby King and I said, yes, King, well, I'm not going to even lie on that. He didn't even tell me his real name. So I was calling Javonte King. So I said, yes, this is King's son. And sure enough, that's how it's been ever since my son was born. But when me and him didn't get along or I wouldn't give him my cookies no more, the King is not my baby.
Oh, I see.
If they told me it was $1 billion in the sky and I could go get it, Maury, I wouldn't be with her then.
Yes, I want
In the case of 19-month-old King, Javonte, you are not the father.
I told you.
Ooh. Dang.
I want his name off. I want his last name off. I knew it.
Sure
all the
is,
time.
and I don't want nothing else to
I
do
knew
with
it the
you.
whole
Thank you.
time.
You are not the father.